So, I don't know who needs to hear this, but one most important, most valuable lesson I've ever learnt in my life, and I've just learnt it so recently, is this. You will have the peace that you're longing for, that you're seeking for, if and only if you ignore the 3D. Ignore the 3D, yep. That's exactly what it sounds like. Ignore the 3D reality. Ignore anything that you don't align with. If people are trying to annoy you in the smallest ways, just ignore that. You'll have so much power in just knowing what to ignore and what to actually pay attention to. You see, pay attention to what actually matters. And yeah, it's easier said than done, but one thing that really helped me out when I had like a really bad stressful day, and these irritating little parasites were trying to, not actual parasites, right, but human beings who won't stop messing with me, right, kept annoying me in little ways that I've actually talked about on here before, and more than that, and then some. Basically, I just thought to myself, this is what helped me. So I just thought to myself, is this gonna matter in the next 6 years? And I was like, nope, absolutely not. All I'm gonna remember in the next 6 years is, oh, thank God my life has improved so much from then. And I'm probably gonna think, oh, there were some idiots trying to get under my skin, but they failed, haha, So, the 3D. And this doesn't just apply to situations like that. Of course, don't ignore what's happening if it's actually worth calling out, if it's actually something that you have every right to speak up about and defend yourself. That takes courage and bravery, but that's absolutely necessary for self-preservation, because you can't just, I'm not saying use this advice, run with it and ignore everything. That's very dangerous actually, because that sometimes ignoring in that way actually emboldens these bullies and these parasitic people, right? And I'm gonna call them that. I don't give a shit, because that's how they act, and that's what they will be called. So you act like a parasite, you're gonna be called a parasite. So you're just a smelly parasite. So what was my point? Oh, so there's levels to it, okay? What can be ignored? Comments that it's about you, but people are talking amongst each other about you. Like, for example, oh, she thinks she's doing something when she was reading that book, or oh, she's trying to be dark academia, or like stupid comments like, oh, someone's like antisocial, and it just kills the vibe of this room. Yeah, like idiot shit like that. Or, oh, it's so quiet in here, and you can feel it's a dig at you, like if you happen to be introverted like me, and it's like, okay, yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. But stuff like that, it really doesn't warrant a response, because what these people are looking for is a response. Because I've dealt with situations where people comment things like that, and then they quickly, like, I see them out of my peripheral vision, just quickly looking at me or something, just trying to see, and then looking back at themselves and to other people, just trying to see if I will actually, they want me to jump, they want me to scream, they want me to be like, oh, why are you saying that about me? Or they want me to jump up and prove myself. You see, some people actually get off to ruining someone else's day. They get off to someone shouting at them or telling them off they want to be told off. Some people, they get this light, this fire in their eyes when, let's say, someone is getting irritated at them. They love to irritate people and telling them off or whatever. Because, okay, one situation, right, with my worst enemy, I'm gonna call her my worst enemy because she is, and I don't wish her well, and yeah, I hope every day sucks for her. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, that woman, right? She I remember this one time, and I'll never forget that lesson. I was having a very stressful day. I was having a bad day, and then I just, for some reason, I went out of character and I started just complaining a little bit about how much my day sucked. And I could literally, the words came out of my mouth, I could literally feel and see her face expression change to, like, she was feeling so delighted. She was feeling so excited that my day, like the thought of my day being difficult and ruined, like she had this look in her eyes that I will always remember for the rest of my life, because like, whoa, some people really want you to be miserable. Like some people really want you to have a day that sucks. Like she was getting so joyful, like, oh wow, someone else is having a miserable day, yay. And then the next freaking day, that fucking bitch, yeah, at around lunchtime or whatever, or on a break, she started making this remark. I completely ignored that, and she felt embarrassed. She made a remark like, oh, so that day, yeah, that must have been like your favorite. I can't really say the specifics, but she was basically trying to taunt me about that I had a difficult day and I had that situation. And she was trying to say something about the situation. Oh, haha, you had, like, oh, I see you've had a lovely day at that, when this happened. Like, I know it sounds so vague, but yeah, I can't say the specifics, but she really said that, and I looked at her and just gave her the blank, clueless face that I put on whenever I want others to think about the stupidity that they've said to me. And then she just looked back at me, confused as well, and then she just looked down and then just walked away. She did not even say anything else, but I could tell she looked sad again. Like, and this is the types of people that are everywhere, that are just like that. They operate like that. They delight when they get a reaction out of you. They delight whenever you seem to be having a bad day. That's why I've just like fully learned, ignore the 3D, and then I guarantee you this is how the cycle goes. Right, I'll let things go, I'll appear calmer, and I actually am calmer than I used to be, a lot less reactive. And this is going to be the second stage of the cycle. I predict, I am not a fortune teller, but I predict people are going to start asking me, those same irritating effing gnats and parasitic people are going to start asking me, oh, how are you today? Are you okay? In that stupid fucking voice. But anyway, yeah, are you okay? Are you doing all right? How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? A bunch of how yous. How are you? How are you? How are you? Like robotically, right? And I'm just gonna answer normally, no defensiveness, and watch, their faces are gonna change. They're gonna start feeling really, really scared. This exact same series of events has happened to me before, and it's repeating again. You see, every time I heal and evolve and get past something, people around me get scared. Those same people that were trying their best to irritate me, sabotage me, they get scared. And I can see it all written on their faces. So all this to say, please don't stress yourself out. Learn to ignore the 3D reality. Ignore whatever you can ignore, and your life will get better.